What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is Cosmic Tarot. This is going to be a collective reading, so eat the meat, spit out the bone, take a resonate, and leave the rest behind. So while I was sitting here shuffling, I started hearing like, act like you want to be here, you know? And sometimes when it comes to doing certain things, you know, we feel obligated. And sometimes we have to do things out of obligation, like go to work, you know, pay taxes, stuff like that. And there are certain things here that we don't have to do out of obligation. We do out of pleasure, right? And tarot should be one of those things. But when you make it your job, sometimes it feels like an obligation sometimes. It's not to say I don't like doing tarot, or I don't like my collective. Page of Swords here, right? It's a craft, right? And you're going from a craft to now you're building this skill in this job or something. So I feel like there's something here that you used to do for pleasure, but now you do it for some type of gain or some type of maybe monetary value, or enhancing it, going from just a curiosity to actually really studying it. You may have dabbled in something and now you're really starting to look into it. Maybe you really like to cook and now you're really sitting down looking at cookbooks, looking at different culinary recipes in schools, and it's fun, but sometimes the shit feels like work. And so when it feels like work, you know, you may feel like you could lose a little bit of your passion for it, but you don't never lose the knowledge that you gain from it. And you know, it's okay to pivot, it's okay to take different directions. You have an amazing ability to be very flexible. So some of you all need to break it up a little bit. Death card flew out earlier too, so that's all about transformation. So it may be time to put an end towards something or change how you do something, no matter whatever it is. Doesn't even have to be permanently, you know? For example, you know, I am starting to do other things outside of tarot. I'm starting candles, and you know, that could be kind of tricky. Anybody who makes candles out there, like, you know, like wax gets everywhere. It's not as smooth as people think it is, no pun intended. But you are expanding. Queen of Swords in reverse here. Okay, someone is cutting people off. Someone here may feel cut off or blocked. The Hangman in reverse and the Hermit here. Yeah, ooh. You could be isolating yourself, or people may feel like you are being isolating, or you're really going within yourself to really figure out what direction you want to go towards with the Hermit. But the Hangman in reverse is like this stagnation here. It's almost like you're not it's almost as if, you know, you're being called into the hermit mode, right? And you're trying to not be in that mode because you feel like you've already mastered it, while not seeing the benefits of being in that, if that makes sense. Like, how do I put it? It's like one part is like, well, I already know how to cook. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to keep doing this. And then you're kind of like, but if I master it more, then I'll be better at it. You're kind of like conflicted with yourself. The Magician here in reverse. Yeah, I think we keep saying the Magician in reverse. Somebody could be out here. You could be attracting other energies here. There's been a lot of manipulation, either by you or other people. You could be manipulated by other people's energies, or you could be affected by the thoughts and opinions of others, or you used to be. You used to be someone who was very easily affected by other people's opinions, and you would try to maybe do the same towards others. You know, wanting to control a narrative here. Also, this is someone who is not seeing or believing in their creativity and their ability to manifest. You really have a special gift here, and you've been pulling back from. With me, it's tarot. With you, it could be cooking, it could be relationships, it could be whatever it is that you know you are supposed to be doing, and you know you're supposed to be doing it. Let's say you know how to sew or paint or draw or do whatever. You got some skills out there, and you need to tap into that shit, because you know what you're supposed to be doing on this planet, and it's not making someone else more money. It's you believing in your power. Ten of Swords. There is a theme around betrayal with my collectives, because there is someone here who has been backstabbed, or they feel backstabbed. Like this sense of really people just out here just being betrayed? No, that's not right. Some type of trauma, lots of pain. Yeah, you see like how this person is. They've been shot by the arrows, right? And then they're trying to come towards the boat. If you notice, this person in the boat has cut their fingers off, right? So even when you have tried to get to somewhere safe, you know, there's people who have gone out of their way to keep you suffering. It's like there's people who, I don't know if they get any pleasure from it, or if they just feel like, you know, better you than me. Because sometimes people will just leave you out to, you know, hang or dry or drown. And it's nothing personal. It's just they're going to always pick them, and they're never going to put themselves in any type of, you know, discomfort or anything for you. For me, this is an example of someone who, you ever had like a friend and it's like they can only do things when it like aligns with them. They're not trying to accommodate, you know, it's not, they want you to come over to their house every single time. It's never you come, they can never come to you. They don't want you, they don't want to, you know, get up and have to do anything special for you, but you need to get up and you need to make sure that you drive all the way over to their house. And, you know, it's always, they want to be the person who does the least amount of work to get something. And they will not jeopardize anything they have going on for you. Will not. They won't take one for the team for you. You know, when I was a teacher, let's say somebody needed me to cover a class during my plan period. Well, me being nice, yeah, I'd cover your class for you. Sure, no problem. But, you know, this is the kind of person where there was time for you, hey, you know, I need to run over to the CVS and pick up my prescription. I can only do it during my plan time. Can you watch my class? No, I can't do that. I have stuff to do. And they don't really have anything to do. Or it's like, it's also their plan time, or like, you know, when it comes time for you needing something, it's just a no. It's not even like a hesitation. It's not even a good excuse. It's just, I can't. No, I can't. And, you know, they're so fine telling you no. They don't have a problem telling you no, but anytime something goes wrong with them, I got a little fever. I got a little tickle in my nose. Can you cover this for me? And you're like, sure, yeah, I can do that, you know, and you justify it. But no longer. Queen of Swords here again. You are taking your power back, and you look mad as fuck. I think you're just cutting through the BS. Like, you see the truth. You're no longer disillusioned. You're no longer afraid to stand up for yourself, and you're no longer going to allow people to create narratives that are not true for you, that are not serving to you, that are not going to better your stance or your position. You know, your whole perception of reality here is now aligning with your higher self and what you are manifesting. You've come a long way. You see the truth in somebody here. Someone here wanted to keep you stuck in a situation. The Magician here in reverse and the Ten of Swords. Like, this is somebody here who has been betrayed. You have been hurt. You have been almost in this place of like, you accepted that your life may not be happy. You were willing to accept that. You were really believing that you did not deserve to be happy. I used to believe that in myself. I used to believe that I didn't deserve to be happy, and I don't even know why. But, you know, you no longer are feeding yourself those toxic beliefs. And when you change your beliefs, you can change how you feel about yourself. And once you change your feelings, you can change your thoughts. And your thoughts will change your actions. And those will produce a better reality for you. If you believe you're stupid, then you're going to feel stupid. You're going to think that you're stupid. And you're going to do stupid shit. Boom. See what I mean? Like, that's how that shit works. But the Nine of Swords here, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Five of Cups. You know, people wanted you, someone here, or you may have even felt this depression here, this lack of fulfillment. You could have been in a very spiritually isolating. I'm hearing, you know, people used to play mind games with you. People wanted you to feel bad about yourself. They wanted you to think less of yourself. So you would accept the Five of Cups. Oh, just be sad all the time. Just be upset. Be comfortable with being miserable. But here's the Death card. And the Six of Coins. And the Nine of Coins. No. You've changed. Now, you were once... let me show you. I'm going to do it like this. You were once the Nine of Swords, depressed, anxiety here, strucken by grief because you could see certain realities that were not favorable to you, and now you're stepping into this Nine of Pentacles here, or Nine of Coins, independent, happy, fruitful, married, just good about yourself, where you were once this Nine of Cups in reverse, feeling unfulfilled, feeling this lack, this spiritual emptiness. Maybe even just not spiritually well, not even knowledgeable about your spirit. Now you have this equal give and take with the spiritual world, with energy, with the people around you. You know what is meant for you is coming for you, and you know what to give to and what not to give to. Are you perfect? Absolutely. Not because you don't make mistakes, but because you understand that your mistakes are part of who you are. Does that make sense? Being perfect doesn't mean that you never fail. It means that you understand that failure is a part of success. Make that a motherfucking title right there. That is what you are walking towards. Where you were once grieving, you were once mourning, you were once sad, grief-stricken, okay? You didn't feel like you could go further. You were wallowing in your own misery, just crying up a fucking storm, all right? Because of these three cups right here. Yeah, three cups were under the ground, spilled and knocked over. You still had two, but look at you. You're over here crying. You couldn't see what was ahead of you. You're transforming that. You're letting that die. You're accepting that. This card, Death, right here, excuse me, it's all about transformation. And it's not just necessarily a physical death. Yes, it could be. Maybe you are mourning you, what you used to be like, who you used to be like. You were afraid of who you could be. You were afraid of who you were going to have to lose in order to be who you are. All this time, all this anxiety, all this stuff, you always knew that the answer was to get rid of these toxic, low vibrational people who keep you down. But for some reason, and maybe you still are struggling with this, there was an attachment to these people. I don't see the devil, but he's knocking around somewhere. These people keep you attached, either emotionally by, oh, I need you. You're my only daughter. You're my only cousin. You're my only son. You're my oldest. You're my this. I need you. I need you. There wasn't a, what can they do for you? How can you benefit from this? It was they want you around because they need you to fulfill something for them. something that they wouldn't do for you. They didn't help you make the bread, but yet they want to sit up and eat it. They didn't help you get your success. They didn't help. They wanted everything but that for you, honestly. They didn't want you to be happy. Ace of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Wands. Yeah. People here tried to block love. You could have had blocked loves here. Just, let them go, let them go, let them go. People could be very negative when it comes to you. And that's because something about you has always been different. It's always been threatening. Your individuality, your authenticity, your lack of external validation. And I'm not saying like you don't like being told you're pretty. You don't like being complimented and told that what you do is good work or whatever. It's just the fact that you've done so much healing and there's been very little appreciation for that. Not that you did it for the appreciation, but you see how, this could be, it's hurtful when you see people who don't celebrate you celebrate other people for things that you did that was very similar. When you see pictures of family members at other people's graduations and stuff, and I'm not saying they didn't come to mind, I'm just saying this for us. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying this as an example. And then you see, okay, well, y'all ain't go to my baby's graduation. Y'all ain't come to my kid's birthday party. You didn't come to mine. But y'all all over here just posted this motherfucker up. But, all I get is a funky ass, thank you or a good job text. But y'all straight up and had this whole motherfucker, a whole goddamn birthday party. This is like, okay, when I turned 16, all I got was a job application. Like, this little motherfucker got a whole car, a damn fucking Sweet 16 on, like, you didn't, well, and then it's like people don't understand why you don't want to mess with them. But it's like, you all don't provide anything for me. You know what I mean? Like, you got tired of this unreciprocal energy. And I feel like I just talk about the same shit every reading. The Empress here in reverse. People are draining. They want to drain you of your energy here. They want you to not pour into yourself. They want you to neglect who you are. These people could be feeling neglected here. The Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess here. You just gotta keep your mouth, I don't say keep your mouth shut. But when you understand that, like, people are really just wanting to, the King of Cups and the High Priestess here. You are a very psychic, intuitive person with good taste, King of Cups. You just need to be more discerning with who you are allowing in your energy. Because the Empress in reverse, you could be very burnt out if you do not pour back into yourself as much as you are giving out to the collective or to yourself. What was that 2-week mark? The 10 of Cups and the 6 of Coins. So you could have came from a very unhealed group of people here that you poured into. Right? And now these people, they may want to come and pour back into you now. They could, I don't think they will, though. Ooh, the 2 of Cups and the Lovers in reverse. Sometimes people have to lose you in order to understand your importance to them. In the 7 of Coins and the Star here, I feel like you are really understanding who you are always meant to be. looking back in the past, looking back at what you've been through. These were all stepping stones to get you to where you are, so you could be a star, so you could be someone who helps other people not have to go down that path. Because, like Empress T44 said, the universe kept putting you in these situations because you was too damn nice, and it was trying to fucking toughen you up so you could see, damn, how many fucking manipulators, how many abusers, how many users I gotta put in front of your path for you to realize that, like, not everybody out here got a big, nice ass heart as you. I used to think that everybody was kind and nice, and that just some people, because they weren't loved enough or this. No, there are people who had A1 day one great upbringing. They got, one little rock stepped in their shoe, and they stepped on one little rock with on shoes, and now they want to tear down the world. There's people out there who are just crazy. Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, releasing of all of that. Something here is going to break down. You could be on the verge of a breakdown if you continue to mess around with these types of people here. And I don't want that to happen. These people are going to be losing their shits trying to get back into your energy here. Ace of Wands. Yeah. You were afraid maybe you would manifest despair or some type of tragedies here. The Nine of Wands. You are very resilient. All these Ten of Swords just taught you how to fight and how to be stronger. So you're not the kind of person to just go through something and not learn anything from it, which is why the Queen of Swords is sitting front right. You are a Queen of Swords. You don't have to be a feminine energy here, but you are someone here who you have clarity when it comes to speaking the truth, seeing the truth. And you don't mix words. You don't get your feelings involved. You keep it on the eye. You keep it focused. You're not pointing fingers. You're being direct. You're being firm. You're commanding. You're not asking. You're not demanding. You just command the attention. You don't have to demand it. You don't need to go around and try to exert your force on the people. You just command it naturally. It's not, you're going to do what I say. It's, hey, excuse me, can you, I need some help with this. I would like it if you could do this, this, and this. Is that okay with you? Okay, thanks. You don't have to come over here and get this done. You don't have to, will you please help me? I'm so weak and tired. Like, no, you're not doing that. Three of Wands, you're on expansion here. You are growing. Like, yeah, I'm doing tarot. I'm doing my 3 videos ahead. I'm burning my waxes. I'm getting everything set up so I could launch something in the future here by springtime. And I'm not going to be deterred from that by anybody. Man, woman, child, flower pot. Maybe a flower pot. When the spring comes, I might want to get back in the flowers. But anyway. So you're all about expansion. You're trying different things out. So this just popped into my head. This angel number card. What was it? 13331, something like that. And it was like you ain't gotta do everything all at once. Okay, pick 1 or 2 things and stick to it. So you're gonna have a lot of different opportunities for things here. Focus on just maybe like 1 or 2 of them and like just really get them down. Like, just really focus on that. Right now, I'm focusing on this and the members only. I want to do so much, man. Like, you have no idea. I want to teach tarot courses. I want to teach the meaning of each card. I really want to just kind of like expand. 3 of Wands. Climb that ladder. And, whoa, I just noticed something. The 9 of Wands here, right? See the tall sticks here, right? So this represents, in my opinion, boundaries, okay? So you could have really firm boundaries when it comes to protecting your house. And it takes a lot to get into that. But this 3 of Wands, look, it goes beyond that. You know how to climb beyond your own boundaries. And you know how to, well, does your boundaries. But you are ascending higher. You don't just stand and watch, okay? You have your boundaries in place and you go further. You don't have to check the perimeters every 5 seconds. You are allowing yourself to expand and really grow within your protective, safe bubble. Which for a lot of you guys is probably your home. It's your studio. It could even be your office or with other people. The Knight of Coins and the Three of Cups here. To me, there's going to be people that, you're going to miss within dynamics that you have to walk away from. Let's say you do leave a job or you leave a family dynamic. Maybe you can't just, it's one of those situations where you may have to I don't want to say sacrifice, but there's going to be dynamics here that are going to be disrupted because there are people who are not positive. And the Eight of Cups is you walking away. You're walking away from people, things that drain you of your energy, that are always so needy to you. People who don't pour into you. You're going to put the focus back on yourself. And you're going to walk away, put these burdens down. Because they were never meant for you to carry. Two of Swords in reverse and the Six of Coins. Yeah. You're waking up to see that there's people here who really don't. You may be, and I'm realizing this now. It's why am I so on edge when it comes to who's around me and where I put my energy? And it's because you weren't before. You were just a people pleaser. Like I said, I am a recovering people pleaser. And I mean that. I am a recovering people pleaser. I would go to the moon and back for certain people who wouldn't even get out of the bed for me. And so now when you won't even go to the grocery store. You used to go to the moon. You won't even go around the corner. Hell, you'd be lucky if you get out of bed now. You're matching their energy. It's the same old. You're giving what you are receiving. Hey, what you doing tonight? I ain't doing much. What you doing? Shit, I ain't doing much either. Okay, bye. Not all this. Oh, well, you want to do something? Let me brainstorm and think of something. No. You're leaving people where the fuck they need to be left at the door. None of that. I'm bored. What you up to? I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. You have something? Do you want to talk about? Nah, I was just calling a call. Okay, well, I got shit to do. I'll talk to you later. Well, damn. Bye. Click. Call me when you have something to talk about. I don't have time to just waste because you're bored. Go find something to fucking do then. Don't just call me and take up my time because you don't have shit going for you. Find a hobby. And the Star in reverse, yes. Four of Wands and the Knight of Coins in reverse. You stability to you is it's been kind of hard, right? You've been really struggling, but you are heading towards something here that is going to be very stable and structured. In the past, you may have really stumbled to get to where you are right now, and because it may have, in your mind, taken you longer than what you think. Four of Cups here. Yeah. ooh, you have always been blessed with this gift, with this ability, with this, I'm going to say wisdom. But you may not have always been able to see it. I think people intentionally tried to keep you from seeing it. You know, they didn't want to know how funny and kind and smart you were. You know, they wanted you to think that you were a bad person, that you were this mean, you know, negative energy, because that's who they are. Two of Wands in reverse. They wanted you to be indecisive, double-minded, always in your head, never sure what to do, where to go, never quite understanding like the correct action to take. You've really overcame self-doubt. You've really come a long way. Page of Wands here. Yeah, you're ready to act. You're ready to really dig your like heels into the ground and just get shit done. Like, you're not afraid to roll up their sleeves, get your hands dirty, and you're not going to continue to hesitate or wait for other people. Well, if you don't want to go with me, I'm going to go by myself then. All right, if you don't want to celebrate my birthday, I'm just going to do it by myself. You know, I used to be afraid of like having birthday parties, because I was like, my biggest fear was like no one was going to show up. And like, I was just, and this is like something I experience to this day. You know, I would invite people to things, and then like I would be afraid that no one would show up. But then I would just bite my tongue and actually do it, you know, and then I'd be surprised that this many people would show up. And sure, not everyone can make it, you know, late notice, this, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it's like, I would always be surprised by how many people would actually come out and support me and actually like want to be around me. And it just goes to show that, like, you know, there's more people out here who are rooting for you than not. And you mean so much to so many people. And it's so hard to see that if we're always focused on trying to protect ourselves, because we've been placed and we've been in environments where there has been a complete contradiction to that. If you had a parent or a family member who always called you ugly or this or that or stupid, and then you go out and you meet someone and they call you pretty and all this, you're like, why are you messing with me? And this person's like, what are you talking about? Ain't nobody messing with you. Like, you for real? And like, okay. Like, you know, so what do? You go out and you gravitate towards people who call you names, who make you feel bad, because that's what you're familiar to. That's what you're used to. You're used to being called the stupid, fat, ugly one. And I hope that's not the case. But you get what I'm saying, the reference. You're used to being the one that gets joned and made fun of. And so maybe you've learned how to be slick and you know how to be shady back to a bitch. You know how to fucking read a motherfucker back right to him. And you thought that was friendship. You thought that sitting around talking shit on one another was friendship. You thought that sitting around and like just comparing yourself to other people and gossiping was like real friendship, like real bonding. Like, you may have thought that like really like, you know, sitting around and just drinking all day and smoking weed with your boys was like a real friendship. Like, playing video games with somebody all day and not really getting connected towards them is not the same. I'm not saying, like, you know, friends can't play video games together, but I'm just saying, like, there's a difference between a drinking buddy and your friends that you sometimes, y'all get down. You know, is that all y'all do? Is y'all just get together to drink? Or do y'all, like, go for hikes? Because me and my friends, we go to the hikes, we go to the gardens, we go see the light shows, we go out to dinner. We don't always, sometimes we don't even drink. Most of the time, we don't even be drinking. But, you know, sometimes we turn the fuck up when it's appropriate. Are these just your daytime friends? Or these your nighttime friends? Because, like, you know, and you're creating the reality that you want to live in, no matter what it is. It's the one that you prefer, not the one that society and your parents and your family have placed on you. The Eight of Swords. So what limited beliefs are you still holding on to that you need to work through? Because until you let go of these, you're going to find yourself in a lot of despair, right? And there could be someone around you who just does not want to come out of this energy. Someone here may not want to ever see you as anything but whatever the fuck they see. And it's going to create a lot of pain. You know, this person could be at conflict. You could find yourself in this, like, you know, mental conflict if you don't address these personal beliefs that do not serve your highest good here. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of abundance. You don't have to cling on to the negative self-beliefs. You know, one of them could even be, as you ascend, one thing that I'm learning is that not everyone's out to get you. And that's a hard one. As someone who has always been so hyper independent, and it's not even like I think like people are out to get me. It's just that I have to really learn how to trust more and really acknowledge that, like, if I'm focusing on what could go wrong, that's what's going to happen. But when I turn my attention and vibration to it being successful, to me aligning towards the energy of, okay, so success is this is what success feels like. This is what it's like to be successful. This is what successful creators do. They create content. Not because they're feeling inspired, but because it's part of their mission here. My mission is to do this. So my mission isn't to always, I don't need to have to always want to do it. This is part of the mission. It's going to be done. A lot of times I'll get on here, I'll be like, I'm not feeling it. I'll be on the table for 45 minutes just talking. Get off the table, I don't remember half the shit I said. But you'd have nothing to worry about. You're going to address these, right? Man, someone is very indecisive and reckless. Restless. Ace of Swords. You could have somebody around you who is trying to figure out information on you. If you have been kind of like to yourself, you're working very hard on your people pleasing and other habits. Growth is circular, not linear. So there's lots of times where we have to come back to certain things just to kind of like, you know, it's not like a one done type of thing. What other messages are here that I need to read to people? Oh man. There could be, you could have someone here that you're going to have a really hard time letting go of, and it could bring you some pain. I just want to say that, you know, but you're going to have to do it. You know, here's the thing. As you expand in your life, there's going to be people here who are going to feel left out and jealous. And what you don't see is that if the shoe was on the other foot, you know, you're not someone, since you are so kind and generous, I feel like you don't understand that, like, you not being in someone's life is already going to be like the karma. It doesn't have to be anything worse than that. But what makes it worse for you is that you really, really, really wanted more for people than they want for themselves. And that's the part of me that I'm not going to say worried about. But here's the thing. As a reader, it can be a little draining. You have got to take control of your big ass heart I'm not saying close it. I'm saying contain it. Okay? I'm not saying to close your heart. I'm saying to contain it. There are people sent in your life to take advantage of you. And you may not see that coming if you continue to ignore the signs. So, okay. I'm going to pick these 3. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being a part of this community. I pray that this reading, whenever you find it, reaches and touches you in a positive and meaningful, empowering way. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video, and let's continue with these angel cards. So we have 2244, 2244, acceptance. It says, embrace what you cannot change and let go of past grievances. Focus on what you can control moving forward to realign yourself with your goal and purpose. So like I said, you can't control how other people feel about you. You can't control what other people do. So if you want to wear red socks and you're afraid that people who wear white socks are going to get jealous, then that's on them. They can go dye their own socks red, or they can go buy some red socks. Do you know what I mean? 3737, comfort zones. Your comfort zone has become too familiar. It's time to step out and pursue what you truly desire. Yeah. So, my comfort zone is sitting here doing this, but it's time to expand. It's time to do more things. It's time to really step out of it. One small step. And I've been seeing this a lot for me personally. So step out your comfort zone. And 1414, ignite your spark. Excuse me. It says, focus on your needs and desires with a joyful attitude. New opportunities, friendships, or even family additions may be on the horizon. Embrace the positive energy to speed up the process. So you've been over here you're upset with things because they didn't work out with other people here. But you're still moving towards success. The Empress in reverse is still an Empress, right? The star in reverse is still a star. Why are you upset because people can't be at your star power energy when there's so many other people who are? Crying over spilled milk? Or you're crying because you couldn't save all the cups? Some of those cups of milk needed to spill because it was the only way they could refill with better milk. That milk was spoiled. Now that person can fill that cup up with clean milk and honey. But don't you worry about what that is for that person. You can only control you. That's the acceptance. I accept the things that I can't control, and I can accept the things that I can't control as well. And I accept that I am not in control all the time of everything. When you stop trying to control everything, you can sleep at night and trust more. Alright, y'all. That was what I got for you all today. I hope you all enjoyed this message. It was rather lengthy, but I felt like it was a good one. Alright, guys. As always, I love you. Until next time, drink water, be safe, and peace.